Today on The Young and the Restless, Lily helps Daniel relax, Chance is there for Summer, and Adam considers Phyllis' request. At the Chancellor estate, Abby finds Ashley gazing out the window frowning and tells her she has to let this go. Jack and Diane are married now and there's nothing she can do about it. Ashley won't let it go. The wedding was a bullet aimed directly at her. She's going to show them they can't shoot her down so easily. Abby and Devon tried to make her see that if the family loses, they all lose. Tucker and Ashley maintain that Diane's a threat to Jabot. Abby thinks that if her mother really wants to protect the legacy, she should stay at the company and fight from the inside. They bicker about Diane and Ashley says even Billy's come around to her side. Abby protests that there shouldn't be sides. Devon wants to focus on something more positive, planning the wedding. They all agree. Abby pulls out an idea book and takes Ashley off to look at it with her. Tucker thanks Devon for changing the subject from the Jack and Diane stuff. Devon worries they'll need a referee at the wedding. Tucker reassures Devon and thanks him again for letting them have the wedding there. Devon says it will always be Catherine's house. Tucker takes Devon by surprise by asking him to be his best man. At the GTAC, Daniel takes a call from Lily, who says she has a surprise for him. Hurry up. Daniel runs up the stairs. Daniel arrives in his suite to find Lily there with easels, canvases, and art materials. She knows this is how he relaxes, so she wants him to draw a bowl of fruit. Daniel finds the idea nice, but a little odd. He doesn't see how drawing fruit will ease his mind. This just isn't speaking to me. Lily decides, if still life isn't working for you, I do have another idea. I'll be back. She walks into the other room. At Crimson Lights, Chance spots Summer and says they always seem to meet like this. Summer teases, are you following me or something? She mentions it's been a long day and he offers to lend her an ear. Whatever's bothering her, he guesses it has to do with Phyllis. He reminds her she's confided in him before. Summer thinks she will keep this one to herself. Chance vows to be there for her as a friend. He places his police badge on the table and insists she can trust him. Summer tells him she has a feeling her mother isn't being completely honest with him and Daniel. Whatever she's hiding is big. She's afraid it's going to make this whole nightmare even worse. She's worried Christine will look at her as an accessory. Summer's feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place, and the hard place is looking a lot like prison, behind the scenes at Days of Our Lives. Chance tells Summer he thinks that he can convince Christine that she's been through enough. He also doesn't think she has a strong case against her. Summer worries that Kyle knows what she did. Chance can argue that Kyle has his own agenda. Enough is enough. Summer wishes he was the DA and thanks him for talking her off the ledge a little. She muses that Kyle is still so angry, there's no telling what lengths he'll go to. Chance argues she doesn't deserve it. She was trying to protect her mother, which is human instinct. Anyone who doesn't understand that is flat out heartless. Summer rants about how easily Kyle moved on to Audra. Chance isn't the right guy to ask about forgiving a spouse who slept with someone else. Summer apologizes profusely. Chance sympathizes with her. He's been there. Summer wonders if there are only so many problems a couple can face before they can't do it anymore. She asks how he moved forward. Chance says work and friends and family who wouldn't let him stay in a dark place. Adam opens his apartment door to Phyllis, who comes bearing a cactus. He says she already has the job, so to what else does he owe the pleasure? She says the housewarming gift is a symbol of their collaboration. The cactus is prickly and never dies like him, or bitter resentment. Adam asks, whose? Phyllis says, yours, toward certain members of your family. Cutting to the chase, the redhead says she wants to know what Nick's reaction was to him hiring her. Adam tells Phyllis that Nick and Sharon definitely weren't happy he offered her the job, but their reaction was more about him not consulting them first. He had to do a little singing and dancing, but they came on board. He told them she needs to turn her life around for their kids, and they paid particular attention to that part. Phyllis appreciates that and she wants this to work. Adam thinks this crazy idea just might work. He reminds her she told him she has conditions for taking the job. So, what is the real reason you're here? Phyllis tells Adam, I need you to find something to take Tucker McCall down. Adam would advise against it since she's already facing serious charges. Phyllis explains it's a necessity. Adam guesses Tucker has something she wants. She won't tell him, so Adam says he can't get involved with anything shady while under Victor's thumb and wants no part of it. Phyllis finds this disappointing and unexpected, since when has he marched to his family's tune? Adam tells her people can change. She argues that's not him. Adam reminds her she's the one asking for a favor. He wants her to tell him what Tucker has on her and why she needs to take him down right now. She's worried he'll use the information against her. Adam invites her to find someone else to help her then. He guesses he needs someone to do her dirty work. Phyllis insists she just needs some dirt on Tucker. Adam owns his company now. Didn't you do a deep dive? Adam doesn't think poor management will help her cause. Phyllis just needs a sword to hang over his head. Adam nods. That can only mean one thing. What he has over you is life or death. In Daniel's suite, he waits for Lily to return from the other room. She does, in a slinky robe, and drops it to reveal her naked body, telling him, "You can draw me instead." Daniel doesn't think he could ever do her justice. She says he can try. When he's done, she can draw him. At Crimson Lights, Summer tells Chance he's a smart man. He counsels her that she'll get there. Maybe it's time you let your mother deal with her life and you focus on yours. At the Chancellor estate, Ashley tells Abby that they want their wedding to be small, but they haven't talked numbers yet. They also don't have a date. Abby closes the book and tells her mother that she's starting to think that her marrying Tucker is exactly what she's accused Jack of, trying to get back at her enemies. Ashley asks her not to compare them to Diane and Jack. Abby informs her mother if this is just another way to get to Uncle Jack, she wants no part of it and she can take it somewhere else. Across the room, Tucker urges Devon to take time to think over being his best man. Devon doesn't need time, he has his answer. He's honored to be his best man and believes what he and Ashley have is the real deal. Tucker's relieved. It feels like a big step forward for them. They embrace. Across the room, Abby storms out. As Devon says goodnight to Tucker, Ashley calls out, "Abby?" She hugs her daughter and they leave. Abby tells Devon she thinks her instincts were wrong about Tucker. He's not pushing the feud, her mother is. If she pushes too far, there'll be no coming back. In his suite, Daniel sketches Lily. After, she dons her robe and checks out his drawing, teasing, "You have potential." She then tells him it's his turn and asks if he would like her to take his clothes off. He answers in the affirmative and she starts undressing him as they make out. She suddenly remembers she has to draw him. He lies on his side on the bed as Lily sketches away on the pad. Finally, she reveals a stick figure on a bed. He thinks it's worthy of a prize. They start kissing again and fall onto the bed. At Adam's place, Phyllis offers to work for him for free for 6 months. She's more desperate to stay out of prison than she is to have the money. Adam thinks he's figured out what Tucker has on her. He always thought it was a little too coincidental that the EMT guy came out of nowhere to save her ass. Did Tucker pay him off? Phyllis hints that he's right. Adam says if that's true, it changes everything. At the coffee shop, Summer tells Chance she knows she'll have to set some boundaries with her mother, but it won't be easy. Phyllis won't change, so she'll have to be the one to find a better way. Chance is here whenever she needs to talk. He assures her this was all friend to friend. In Daniel's suite, he and Lily kiss in bed after sex. Suddenly, he tells her not to move. "I'll draw you just like this." He grabs the sketch pad and goes to town. He whispers, "Thank you," she smiles, "You're welcome." At Adam's place, he realizes that Tucker has Phyllis' freedom in her hands. She confirms it and points out that if she goes to prison, she can't work for him. "Are you going to help me?" she asks. Adam has to think about it. Phyllis says, "Don't think too long," and goes.